Let's give it up for our worship team one more time, one more time. Hey, listen, I know we got a lot of people in the back of the room, and you might be like, oh, there's no chairs. That's just because everybody was standing. Now that we're seated, there are some open seats. We got 5 right here. We got a whole row right over here. And if you got an empty seat next to you and you say, hey, you can come sit next to me, just raise your hand real quick. Just raise your hand, and these people will come and find a seat and get comfortable. We got so many empty seats, and we want to make sure that everybody's ready to go for tonight. You guys ready to go? Y'all ready to go? All right, fantastic. Hey, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to ask all of our seniors, if you just graduated this May, you are done with high school, not a rising senior, but if you just finished your senior year, come on up to the front. Come on up to the front. That's right, that's right. Come on all the way. And we're going to get you up on stage. I think we can do this. We might have to squeeze. That's right. And you're like, well, I've only been coming for 6 months. We still want you to come up. I've only been coming a little while. Come on up. Come on up. All right, are we going to fit? Are we going to fit? Maybe, sort of, kind of. Maybe. Yeah. And it's only because we got a couple people out of town. We're just going to be able to squeeze everybody up there. And then Josh is going to give you this mic. Give it up for Josh, everybody. Running the microphones. All right. I just know somebody's mom is watching online. If we're down there on the floor, they won't be able to see you quite as well. Hey, guys, we're gonna kind of go through this entire group, and we're going to hear from everybody, a little bit about them, a little bit about their time in Movement Youth. But before we even start, I just want to say, as these guys' youth pastor, and I've been their youth pastor for at least a couple of years, but I've seen all of you guys grow up. And I just want to say I'm incredibly proud of this group. I know you guys are proud of them as well. Am I right? Am I right? This is just a special class. But hey, we've got 3 questions, and all of you have to answer all 3 questions. And so whenever you get that mic, just hold it like right here, like right up to your mouth so everybody can hear you. But we're going to start here with Miss Whitney. Everybody say, hey, Whitney. Whitney, I'm going to go ahead and give everybody the rundown. All right, there's 3 questions. The first is this. What's a favorite memory of your time here at Movement Youth? Number 2, what is something that you've learned, a lesson or a principle, maybe from a small group leader or a sermon? And then what is an encouragement or a challenge that you have for the rest of the group that is not graduating? This is going to stay here in Movement Youth for a few more years. So we'll do one at a time. You think that we're good with that, Whitney? Yeah. Okay, cool. Whitney, what's your favorite memory?
Okay, so back in 7th grade, we pull up on the bus to youth camp, and it's about the 3rd day there, so middle of the week, and we come back from a small group, and I just happened to bring 2 towels to this youth camp. It was my first youth camp ever. I was over-prepared, and we walked back from where we were doing our small group, and there are guys in our cabin. Mr. West was in our cabin. He was killing a snake that was above my head with my towel, and it got thrown away that night, whatever. But also, I came back, and on that same night, I came back, and there was a nest made on my pillow from my bird.
Like a bird's nest?
Yes.
It's a wildlife adventure camp.
Yeah, that's when I knew it wasn't church as usual.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. Are we doing this? Is that how we're going to do it? Yeah, I like that. Let's do favorite memory, then we'll come back to the front. Katie's like, yes, no?
Sure.
Katie's good? Okay, cool. Fantastic. Jacob, what was your favorite memory at Movement Youth?
My favorite memory from Movement Youth was Camp at the Beach 2018? 19. Okay. During our skit that we did for Movement's Got Talent, Drew Rowan acting as Ergen Kaner. He put a pillow.
That was special.
Didn't we put 2 pillows? Yeah, we put 2 pillows? Yeah, we put 2 pillows in his shirt just so he could come close to the size of Ergen Kaner. He had a paperclip chain hanging from his jeans, and he just did a phenomenal job, and we continue to laugh at it this day. So,
shout out to Drew. What about you, Katie? What is your favorite memory here at Movement Youth?
So my favorite memory was probably the year at youth camp that me, Julie, and Hannah all got lice. We got a lot of special treatment, so that was nice. It's a funny story to tell now, so favorite memory for sure.
Not so funny at the time?
Yeah, no.
So I couldn't pick one, so I just have as just the late night talks at D-Now and Youth Weekend and just camps. I don't know, I really like talking to my group.
I couldn't come
Hey,
up
I,
with
I botched this. Let's do this. Let's say, hey, what's your name? And then you guys will say, hey, Madison, just like that. And then you tell us your memory. Hey, let's go back and circle back to Katie. Everybody say, hey, Katie.
Hey.
Everybody say, hey, Maddie. All right, we're caught up. There you go.
Hi, I'm Madison. I don't know. I couldn't really pick a favorite memory, so I just went with Camp at the Peak 2021 because it was just great.
Hi, I'm Emma. Hi, Emma. My favorite memory was D-Now 2020.
Hi, I'm Julia. And my favorite memory is the summer camp at Myrtle Beach.
That's a throwback. That's a throwback.
That was pretty good. I like that one.
You weren't there.
You weren't there, Jono.
Hi, I'm Nathan. My favorite memory was camp this past week or whenever it was, except for that hike we did. I did not like that. I'm sorry.
That's fair. That's fair.
Not in the Berks.
Hey guys, I'm Jonathan. Sometimes goes by as Jono. My favorite memory is what? Anyway, my favorite memory is me and Jacob before every service. Sometimes, most of the time, I will come up here and we'll take pictures of me. The first time we did this, I dressed up as what did I dress up? I dressed up as my grandpa, and I didn't know we were gonna start this trend, but that was the first ever photo we took, and we were gonna do a calendar. I thought it was gonna be a great big thing. We never did that, but
Let's make it happen. We can make it happen.
We can.
Right? We can make it happen. We can sort of GoFundMe. We have to sort of GoFundMe.
Probably.
Yeah, whatever we got to do.
But yeah, took that photo. I just every time come to the collective, looking forward to it.
It's a lot of fun. Give it up for these guys. Give it up for these guys. I want to circle back a little bit. Some of you guys just said, hey, D-Now was my favorite memory, or camp was my favorite memory. But why? What was it about that camp? I think Emma said D-Now. Nathan, you said camp. And you're like, oh no, that was my way of not talking very much on a microphone. But we all love you here, right? We all love you, and we want to hear from you. So what was it about D-Now that year? Or who was it? Matt, you said camp. Okay, yeah.
So I started with camp. I've never been to camp before. It was my last one as a student. So it was just a whole new experience, and the dance party was really fun. I'm always down for a dance party, and that was a really good one. And it was just the worship was just really great, particularly. I don't know. It was just a great week.
D-Now 2020 was my first event here at Westside, and it started a good relationship with a lot of people, so it was a lot of fun for me.
A lot of people here, yeah.
My favorite memory was camp at Myrtle Beach because just that week, that was the first time that I just felt the presence of God just so strong, and just the worship there, I just remember so well, and I had never participated in anything like that before, and I just remember it so clearly. And we played slip and slide kickball, and that was fun.
Wait, did we already get Nathan? Oh, yeah, we're good. My bad. I thought you had to clarify as well. All right, we're going into round 2 here, round 2 of 3. Your next question is what is something that you've learned here, whether that was a principle or a lesson or something from, even something that Asa preached or something that somebody preached at a message at camp, We don't want to box you in too much.
Okay, so something that I learned was Zach put me in the position to be a leader for the tech team 2 years ago. And I did not think that was a great idea. And I just couldn't imagine myself leading a team and preparing devos for them once a month and lead them through life. And it was just a crazy experience that changed me, and I've loved it since.
Give it up for Whitney, guys. Give it up for Whitney.
Something I learned was a long time ago, I dealt with a lot of things. And being a homeschooled shelter child. I always thought that I was going through all of these problems on my own. But then you, Zachary, actually preached one week about how none of us are alone. And even if we feel like the world is ignoring us, that God is always paying attention to us, and he is always watching over us. And so that really helped me get through that time of feeling alone. And so, yeah.
Hi. So something that I've learned is God's never going to put you in a situation that you can't handle. He's always going to put people around you that are going to help you and love you through it. So, yeah.
That's good.
I wrote it down.
She came prepared, guys. Give it up for Maddie. She came prepared.
Okay. So mine, it's not really like through a sermon, but it was like to go reach out and make new friends, especially those in your small groups / life groups. So like for me, like Sunday morning life groups, that was like something I really enjoyed looking forward to, and I made some really great friends that way.
I also wrote mine down, and it's kind of similar. So, but I said get involved and serve. I'm biased. I've been on Student Serve. Shout out to that. Join it if you haven't. It's great. Like, it was honestly the best way to like become a part of the group. And then when things happen, like you're like, I was a part of that, and it just makes it all the more meaningful. And like as someone who's kind of quiet, like it was a great way to meet friends. So, yeah.
That's good.
So something I learned is not to make idols out of things, which for a while I didn't know what that meant exactly, because like I didn't look at a statue and think, oh, God. But I learned later that it like really meant more like even relationships with friends or homework or school or anything like that. And so that's a really good lesson I learned.
Hey. I think something that I learned, it was from Asa. It was that just like
Woo, Asa. Any love for Asa in the building? Any love for Asa?
No, it was just it was that just like the like true leaders are the first followers, and like it was kind of like demonstrated like through this video of this guy who was like dancing weird, and it was like, I don't know, it was a very like strange thing for him to be doing, and it didn't really start like a movement until like the first like 2 or 3 people joined in. And I had never really thought about that before, but like I really like learned that like seeing that in this ministry, just like a lot of like y'all, just like the way that you lead, like as incredible as like Zach and Clint and Kendall and Josh are, like they can start things, but like any real movement is gonna be from like the students, and like that any like change in the culture is gonna be from that. So, yeah.
So, my notes that I wrote got deleted. I don't know how.
Dog ate my homework.
I did, but dog ate my homework, so that's also been deleted for some reason. I'd have to say that what I've taken away, or a big thing I've taken away, is there will always be boundaries that want to misdirection, English, on the path of God, and you got to kind of get back on that path and follow. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think you understand, though, hopefully. If you don't, I'm sorry. Yeah.
So, I'm a very self-centered person. And it's hard for me to open up about things. And I think it was a year ago, I opened up something to Zach and Clint. And that really changed my life. just that whole movement of that, like I want to press it on you guys that if you're holding back on something that's like weighing you down and you know it's a sin or you know that's wrong or you know you should be hanging out with those group of people, I encourage you to talk to either Zach or Clint or any of your leaders, because those are the people that are going to give you the good advice. Those are the people that you're going to be able to look forward to seeing, and yeah.
We're not crying, we're not crying, we're not crying. Number 3, what is an encouragement or a challenge? And Jono was just kind of getting on there. Stop. What is an encouragement or a challenge that you have for the group, for this group here?
Okay, coming from a person that serves in every position, I play keys, I run camera on Sunday mornings and stuff, and whatever. I encourage y'all to break out of your comfort zone and serve the Lord through your peers.
I might step on some toes. Do it. Guys in the room, any guy, don't care what age, don't care how long you think that you've got it under control. You are not cool. Okay? 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 That being said, when we're all at worship, don't just stand there like, we're here to worship God. So if you're just going to stand around like you're at a party or something, what are you doing here?
That's good.
Okay, I don't know how to follow that up. Probably just the biggest thing is get plugged in and stay involved, because everybody here loves you so much. Like, you don't understand how much everybody loves you, and Zach and Clint and Kendall and Janae and Josh and everybody, they love you guys so much. So just show up and love them back.
Okay, so mine says make going to collective or church or any youth group a priority. Life can get busy and hard, but don't fall out of going. Don't stop going because you feel like you aren't getting anything out of it or because you would rather do something else. So if Westside's not your thing, go try a different church. Like, don't just do like, oh, I tried once, I'm done.
That's good.
That's good.
So my encouragement would just to be trust God and be patient. Like, I know it sounds cheesy, but God really has everything under control. Everything. Like, even if you feel like it's so small, like God doesn't care about it, like he really knows about it and he cares. Like, I can't tell you like the number of times when like my life has seemed crazy or out of control, like you have no idea what's happening or why it's happening. Like, God knows and he's going to take you through it. He has a plan for it and he understands how you're feeling in the middle of it. So like you might not see why it's happening in the time, but like you will eventually. So remember that.
Get involved in any way you can in the church. Like, even if it's just like, you know, helping out after service or whatever, you don't even have to be on a team or anything. Like, you won't regret it, okay? Anyways.
I would say, I guess really similar to that, like about being involved, just don't wait on anything. Like, don't, like, use any excuse to not be involved. And like especially like early on, I think that like just like I don't know, so much of like my like spiritual growth has happened like just like when I was like, it's happened like years ago, and like it wasn't like waiting until like I was in student serve or anything to start that. And I think just like that's carried me over, like when my faith's been like really weak, just having like that firm foundation. So just like find people like now and don't wait on anything, and I think it's worth it in the long run.
speaking from not being on student serve, I think I agree with everyone else. Like, should definitely get involved. Also, if you have a passion or like if you are committed on a goal, go for it. But also, don't let that goal. What am I trying to say? Don't let that goal. No, not take over your life. Don't let that goal, like, again, misdirect you from like what God wants you to do, like the path of God. Like, you can still go with your goal, but like, I don't know. Again, I think everyone knows what I'm trying to say.
We got you.
It's just really hard to say.
We got you. We love you.
Okay. Jeremiah 29-11. So this is my verse. Okay. I've moved a lot throughout my life, and there's been times where I'm like, what am I going to do next? There's no like point in me being here. I thought of that, and this one day my dad gave me this necklace, and it had that verse. And it says, plans to prosper you and plans to give you hope and a future. For me, that just stuck to me. So ever since I got that necklace, ever since I've said that over and over again, since I've moved to these new places and started from zero, and now I moved to Gainesville. Honestly, had no hope. I didn't know what I was going to do. Came to Collective. And now look at me, I'm up here with these awesome people. And I kind of put my faith in God. And then that verse really speaks to me. So it's just, it was so cool when it was in my head. Anyway, plans to prosper you, plans to give you hope in the future. Yeah.
God loves you. Hey, you guys sit tight there for just 1 second. I love you guys. And I know I can say this from, I'm saying that, but I think this group, like, we love you. And I said to a lot of our crew who was on Student Serve, we had a meeting before this service, I said, this group is going to be different when you're gone. And that's not at all to guilt you or shame you or be like, how dare you graduate. It's to say you have left a lasting deposit, and you have made an amazing contribution to this group. And this youth ministry would not be, I'm not blowing smoke here, this youth ministry would not be what it is without you. And I even joked, I was telling them, I was like, and some of you guys, if you're a junior, like, this is going to be me next year. Oh no, this is so sad. It's not sad. And it's not the very last time that we're ever going to do ministry together. And that's what's been so special, whether you were on Student Serve or not. Like, I consider all of you guys partners in ministry and co-laborers in Christ, the way that Paul referred to people in the New Testament. And I already said, hey, come time for youth weekend and come time for camp, like, we're going to be hitting you up. Like, hey, we need counselors. Hey, we need volunteers. Like, how many of you guys would be stoked to have one of these guys as your counselor next year? And I love being able to say that with confidence to this group, because there's nobody on this stage that I'm like, I don't know if you're gonna get that call. Like, all of you are invited. We want all of you to come and be involved. And guys, there's a few other people that were at a Christian camp. Stephen and Hannah are at a camp, and Christian Park has some scheduled family time. But like, everybody in this class, you guys are so special to me. I love you. I'm thankful for you. I'm a better person for having known you, and we're a better group for having had you a part of us. So let's give it up for them one more time.